What's up, guys? You're now tuned in to Convos in the Cave. I'm your host, Mel, speaking. Today's conversation, guys, man. Today's conversation, man. What are we doing, Smack? What are we doing with this night of the main events 15? Please tell me, what are we doing? They just announced the main event today. T-Rex versus Geechee Gotti is the main event on Nome 15. So, before we get into this video, right? Smack been doing a lot of app battles, right? And shout out to the app gang. I am an app gang member. Guys, if you want to support the culture, please, $7.99 is a good price for what they have, everything they have on the app, what they offering. $7.99, you can't beat it. So go on to your phones, download the URL TV app, you know what I mean? Subscribe. You get all this content that they upload monthly, and it's pretty decent for the most part, right? That's that. But Smack, you still have to keep the crowd, you still have to keep the fans engaged, man. And I don't want this to be like a bashing URL video. I just want to be able to be honest. I'm a huge supporter of you, Smack. You can't tell me I am not warranted to make these claims or say what I have to say. I feel like I am warranted, right? I'm a little disappointed in this night of the main events card that's not going to be on pay-per-view. So what's going to end up happening is it's going to be tickets being sold at the venue, and when it runs out, it's going to go onto the app where they may charge us to purchase it through the app, right? So two things, I think they're going to have it to where you're going to pay, like the people who already have the subscription, which is $7.99, is going to get a reduced fee. And the people who does it, they're going to try to promote their event that way to get new viewers, to sign new subscribers, which is okay in a sense. But I feel like it's not beneficial to the fans per se. You know what I mean? Well, it can be beneficial at the same time, but it's just a lot to do. And people who's looking for battles, they want to live stream it at the comfort of their own home without having to go through these proper channels to get the venue, which is, forcing them to buy the event. I feel like you should leave that natural way of ordering it through the pay-per-view. I feel like that's more feasible for the people. They understand it more. I think it's going to turn them away if they have to download and subscribe to the channel. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but that's not what my gripe is, right? My gripe is this considered a main event card? Now I'm going to run down this card with you, and then we're going to talk about TBL, because I have some TBL comparisons that I want to throw out there. And I'm not trying to compare the two. I'm just, concerned where the direction of URL TV movement is going, you know what I mean? And is it going to be conducive to the fans, as far as like getting everything they want out of the culture as much as they support? Now, Nome 15, you have Chess versus Eunice. That's going to be a question mark main event. Night of the main events. I don't think that's the night of the main events. Fonz versus John John. As much as I want to say it, that's not considered a main event. Miss Hustle versus T-Top, question mark. Not a main event. Tay-Rock versus Real Sick, question mark. Not a main event. Jada Nightwing versus Rum Nitty. Not a main event. Now, the actual main event, who is T-Rex versus Goods, I give you that, Smack. So between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 battles of the night, you have one actual main event. Now, the matchups that he have on his card, you have main event battlers on this card, but their opponents are not considered main event worthy. Chess versus Eunice, I don't think that's a main. I think Chess can be a main event, but Eunice isn't. He's a new up and coming rapper. Fonz and John John can possibly be a main event, but I need to see more from Fonz. But John John Adon is a main event opponent. Miss Hustle versus T-Top. You know what? I take that back. It's 2 main event worthy battles on here, which is T-Rex and Geechee and Miss Hustle and T-Top. Those are the 2 main events. I'll give you that for Miss Hustle and T-Top. My apologies. Moving on. Tay-Rock versus Real Sick. Tay-Rock is a main event worthy. Real Sick isn't main event worthy. Jada Nightwing versus Rum Nitty. Rum Nitty is main event worthy. Jada Nightwing isn't main event worthy. So what Smack done here is he just added a main event opponent versus a possible main event, which is less likely to be main event worthy opponent. You know what I mean? So he put a main event opponent versus a opponent. As far as main events goes, not saying that I is the reference to the actual battle rapper being I. So now I start to question this whole night of the main events card, because what TBL is doing, TBL is putting together a main event, night of the main event card in itself. And shout out to TBL and the King of Boss Town and Kenny. I don't know who Kenny is. What they doing over there, because they actually are not only paying the battlers, they're actually putting together some of the toughest battles of all time. They only had 2 announcements, who is Mook versus Hitman, which we've been waiting for years, right? That's going to be what it be. That's going to be what it is off the rip. We already know that. 99.99999% this battle is going to be solidified as one of the greatest battles of all time. And a second announcement, which is Calico versus Rum Nitty, going down in September, guys. This is night of the main event worthy right here. What TBL is doing, this is actual night of the main event card. I'm not talking about no Chess versus Eunice. If you just align their first 2 announcements, right? TBL first 2 announcement versus night of the main events first 2 announcements. Chess versus Eunice, Mook versus Hitman. Fonz versus John John, Calico versus Rum Nitty. It's clearly a blowout on the scorecards. So again, what are we doing, Smack? What is your plan with this app gang and what you're doing with the app and how you pushing the culture forward? What are you really trying to do? If you're developing talent, please let us know what's going on, bro. So we don't have to sit here and spend so much money off of mediocre content talent that we don't know is going to perform or not. You know what I mean? Develop your artists first, then let them prove themselves, and then take our money. You feel me? Right now, I don't see it. I just think, Smack, you got to do better, man. You and Beasley got to go back to the drawing board and try to figure something out to support the culture, because the culture supports you. So what are you doing in reciprocation? And I get it. You did what you did for this long. But if you're going to give up or you're quitting or you're playing the back, just say that so we can know how to act, bro. And I'm in that video right there, man. You guys are now tuned in to Convos in the Cave. I'm your host, Mel speaking. Click that like button, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell. Please hit me up in the comments. Talk to me. I'll talk back. And we out, man. Until next time.